and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, gameplay, video, content. Oh, I have actually received a lot of support on the talking about Dominaria cards videos, the reaction reveals videos. Thank you to everybody who's been supportive, and the views have been good, which is probably very important. Usually my talking content only got those kind of views when something got banned. So hype for new cards, that is exciting to see. But with every little bit of change to the channel, there is the outcry. The people screaming, CGP, just shut up and play the game, man. I don't know what to do with my life. If I have a video to watch of somebody playing Magic, and there are none of those on YouTube except for you. You're the only one who does it. So please just shut up. Stop talking about new cards that you're excited about and play the game, man. Gamer. That's why I subscribed. Are you a gamer or not? And it's like, okay. Fair points. All of that completely true. I'll play, but when you pressure me to play a stale format, it's probably going to involve some blue-white control. And in the background, as the days have gone by, I've slowly chipped away at that rank. Trying to make my way up to Mythic playing rotation-proof decks, which is a lot like slamming my head into a brick wall. But when I've made progress, it's usually with a deck like this. I enjoy my Slogurk deck. I was kind of amazed at some of the rank up. The weird thing about a deck like Slogurk is as soon as I make the video, people like know how to play against it. They don't just kill my Slogurk like the Boros players do, of just like, I slam Brutal Cathar, I remove it. I play Royal Eruption, I remove it. And I'm like, all right, I get back these lands. All right, I kill your Brutal Cathar, I got my Slogurk, I channel some lands. You know, it's like they stopped making the, what I would call the, I didn't bother reading the card plays. And it gets a lot harder. So when the mountain is difficult to climb, I turn to my blue-white control list, and this is where it's evolved to. So I put out a blue-white control list a few weeks ago. It was very, you know, almost no creatures, win with devious cover-up, which is always great for content, but as far as ladder goes, it is a tedious grind. Some of you know that. I enjoy it most of the time, but everybody needs some toilet gaming. And this is where I'm at for a blue-white control more balanced list, which is much closer to blue-white tokens. It has 4 copies of Wedding Announcement, which is going to be the white fabled passage of the new set, whereas so many white decks, if they're not playing Thalia, should consider running this card because it produces so much value over the next 3 turns. That's very hard for the opponent to keep up, and it really works in a deck like this where it starts putting out tokens and you can use them to defend your Planeswalkers. We've got 2 Teferi who slows the sunset. We've got 4 Wandering Emperors, and it bridges us nicely into that later game farewell. Also, one of the problems with Wandering Emperor as win con, it only makes 2/2s. But if you flip a few Wedding Announcements, now it's making 4/4s. Usually the opponent deals with the Wandering Emperor first and just takes a few 2/2 hits and then deals with the 2/2 in due time. And it's like, when you're making a Vigilant 4/4, that's a lot harder to deal with. So Wedding Announcement going really nicely in this deck, curving right into Wandering Emperor, defending Teferi, and yeah, generally just good solid card. Another really good pairing for Wedding Announcement is this card, Make Disappear. Actually having some tokens to turn Make Disappear into a more reliable counterspell is very, very good. So we actually went up on Make Disappears. I still want some hard counters for the late game and in battles where the opponent has Memory Deluge and Devious Cover-Up. You want to win. Dissipate is my go-to 3-mana counterspell of choice. There just aren't enough cards being cast from like Foretell Zone or anything like that to make Wash Away that good for me. So I'm avoiding it. Keeping with the Celestis, it's gotten me this far. It's doing well, and I got 2 Reckoner Bankbusters to kind of fit in with our now creature-y sub-theme. We have a couple critters on the board, so we're going to act like it with a couple of vehicles. And they're fun to untap with Teferi. We actually went down on Memory Deluge to 3, and that's because there's just too many 4-drops when you're running Teferi who slows the sunset. And we've got 1 Denick who I don't have any cards in this deck that target the graveyard, but one of the fun kind of things that Dennick cuts off that you don't think of, it actually hoses Slogurk really well, and I have played against it a good amount since I made those videos, so we're gonna hose on Slogurk a little bit. When we go after graveyards, we exile the whole thing with Farewell, so we're fine, and it's actually really nice to defend your memory deluges from the opponent's graveyard trespassers and other things that would exile them, like Hive of the Eye Tyrant. In the mana base, it's a control deck. I am loading up on Otawara Soaring City, and I'm loading up on a Ganjo Seat of the Empire, because these are very good interactive spells when you're drawing too many lands in the late game. You'll usually play your first one as a land no matter what, because you want to get up to like 7 lands, but then all the ones you draw for the rest of the game become very, very good. This is a completely rotation-proof deck. You can craft all of this and be ready for rotation. Will it be a strong deck once rotation comes? I haven't seen anything that I'm 100% slam dunk absolutely going to play in blue-white control, so this might be a deck that you can play now that doesn't get completely upended by new cards. But then again, we've only seen about a third of the set, so there's a long way to go, and you know I love seeing some new blue-white cards. Today's video is dedicated to my patron, Renee Asma. Thank you very much for signing up at the shout-out tier. If you would like to, there's a link in the description. All of you who are enjoying the daily content, it really helps to support the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's dive right in. Let this nonsense begin. And Renee, you are very cool. Okay, we're really diving in now. Let's go. I said it on the channel before, but something I do a lot in my free time is watch and read content. I look at old tournament videos, I read game theory, and I try to figure out how the best Magic players think. That's why the article aggregator on MTGA Assistant is one of my favorite features. Getting a feed of articles from AetherHub and TCG Player Infinite right there in the app really helps me stay on top of the current meta and the trending insights and strategies from the hottest decks. Do the dojo proud and get MTGA Assistant. The download is totally free. Hit the link below and you will get this sweet in-app feed of all of the latest strategy, articles, and videos. MTGA Assistant. It's the only tool that's good enough for the one in best of one. Is this opponent a piece of Boros trash? Let's find out. They've got the frickin' dragon pet, which is always to me a sign of somebody who loves just grinding out their tasks but doing nothing useful with it, which is always usually Boros. All right, mono black, huh? Well, maybe not mono black. Let's see. Mono black, huh? Blood on the Snow Gaming. Announcements and Celestises are pretty good against them. Just slow roll this Field of Ruin in case they have one of their own to blow up my field, because this field has to hit that hive. I think we can take this for now. Let the announcements stack up some blockers. Maybe they'll get some card advantage. All right, so they've got the 1-2-3 the Skullport Merchants here. There's a make disappear for a Planeswalker potentially. Do I play land and say go? Or do I get down another announcement? I should probably make the mana efficient play regardless. Let's play the Field of Ruin. I might actually use it and then make disappear if the opponent puts something good on the stack. Blitz an underdog, huh? Attack with that, this, that, block, block. Put that in the graveyard, pay 2 life. I guess I get to Memory Deluge, so it's fine. They're gonna try to grind me out, while also applying pressure. It's a good combination against control decks. We have a lot of wedding announcements as choices. I guess I'll take them. All 4, huh? Let's see how long they think they can keep up the aggressive pressure. My battlefield's going to be pretty strong compared to theirs here. If we tap the Field of Ruin, they might power up Hive. If they power up Hive, I don't have a great response. So maybe I'm supposed to Field of Ruin, take down, make disappear shields. If they power up Hive and that's their whole turn though, I guess I just double block it. Yeah, I guess I just double block it. They get the Memory Deluge, but I don't think I'll need it. All right, another Twitcher. Blitz and Underdog. Do we tempo this? It's not like that's a great play, but I think the tempo is undeniably awesome, so we're going to do it. And we're only taking one. We untap. We can attack with both. Opponent might double block, trade the eye twitch. I guess I'm okay with that. Then we play a Wedding Announcement, untap a creature. No, we play Teferi, we untap a creature, then we play a Wedding Announcement. Pretty good. We draw a bunch of cards. They don't want to give up their Twitch. Okay. 14. Tap. Untap. Untap. The life is really nice. It makes it so much harder to race me. Wedding Announcement number 3. That's a lot of cards. Sure. You knew it was coming eventually. You don't get to draw any cards or do any damage with it, though. Despair was invoked, but I'm not that bummed, to be honest. All right, so Farewell, we want to be able to name enchantments. Well, not name enchantments. We'd love to hit graveyards, so I sort of want this Memory Deluge to be cast. Maybe I'm spending my turn on that. Nah. Let's get down the Celestis. Let's get down another Wedding Announcement. Let's gain a life. Kick it to the opponent. Do you like weddings? I got some weddings for you. We'll see if they have the Meat Hook or the Blood on the Snow to keep us from drawing 2 more cards next turn. Deadly Dispute on a Treasure. Go ahead, Blitz and Underdog. See how it works out for you. Shuffler is fine. No attacks, mana open. Interesting. March off the top. So this turn cycle, I really want to cast the Deluge. So let's move to combat. Let's put on the pressure. All right. They're chump blocking away their board, so they're going to Wrath. That's fine. We'll just Memory Deluge. They're going to have a nice full grip. And they will have seen most of the creatures out of the announcements. Blood on the Snow won't get them a Planeswalker, though. Get them this Skullport Merchant. Okay, play out the land. We're going to draw some cards on end step, so I don't think holding it is worth it. We'll probably have something to turn in with the Celestis. And there it is. So this turn we want to cast Memory Deluge. Next turn we want to Farewell the Graveyard. Another Despair, huh? Okay. Creature, 1 enchantment, you get 1 card. We're at 9. I mean, that wasn't Blood on the Snow, and it wasn't Meat Hook. So they play another merchant. Okay. Different arts? Heathen. Alright, they double spelled, so we get a Celestis trigger. Is Make Disappear good at this stage? Wandering Emperor is pretty darn good. I'm gonna take it, but I'm not convinced, but we'll see. I do have tokens to sacrifice. Could go for one of these. Just take it off the board. I don't think that's worth it. They're never gonna get rid of this Celestis. They're in black. All right, we got some blocking. We got some damage. Drop them to 10. We got some card draw and end step. We got no spells. And we have to discard. I'll let the absence go. The dissipate's a welcome sight. The Make Disappear is probably not that good anymore, but it can still stop. It can still stop a lot. I think the card we don't need more of this effect of is March. We could also just drop this. We probably have enough cards to win the game now. So if the opponent doesn't do anything of consequence, we just Memory Deluge, untap, farewell. All right, now they have a field. And they're going for a Lulth. They have enough mana open for Make Disappear easily. Let's go ahead and dissipate Lulth. Exiled for good is a nice feeling. Shambling Ghast, you got it. They've double spelled again, so Celestis is going to trigger. Eye Twitch, sure. 2 cards in hand, but they have Skullport Merchant, so they can sacrifice it in response to like an Otherworldly Light. We only have 1 Field of Ruin. Maybe I'm supposed to be saving it for when they power up a Hive. So, gotta be careful there. Let's play... have this mana. They're gonna use it. But what if we go after their merchants? The other option is to play Wandering Emperor, make tokens. Just keep the pressure on them. I'm into that. We've got so many cards, we need to start using them to win the game.
Keep watch for intruders.
They'll sacrifice it, of course, but 1 less blocker, and they're at 10. So they've got to be concerned. Confront the past? What they got down there? Nothing. Dissipate, dude. Dissipate. Denick. Cards in graveyards can't be targeted. I mean, that's pretty good against Hive. I think I just let Farewell go. I don't think I'm going to use it here. Alrighty, Ganjo. I mean, I think I might be trying to kill them. Weird. Who am I? With a Make Disappear? It just works, right? All right, they save their treasures. What you got? Nothing yet. Okay. Put a counter over here. Send them.
The edge in this fight.
Got the Make Disappear. They're dead. Oh, they blocked the first strike and used the -1. Oh, you sneaky. All right. All right. I like that. Nice. Nice play. I missed that one. It's still a very commanding position. They do have to actually wipe the board, which somehow they're playing mono black and haven't drawn one yet. There's one. So, let's see. We can make disappear. We can sacrifice a creature, so there's one less for the hook. They pay the 4. They don't get to rebuild. That's pretty good, I guess. It's not the greatest make disappear of my life, but it does get them, like, it's one less life that they gain, and they have to pay a lot for it. It keeps them in range where, like, one creature can still do the job. Field of Ruin off the top. Not the greatest. We'll go minus. Am I going to... I think what I'm going to try to do is Memory Deluge into a counter. So let's play this. Pass. When they go for their mascot exhibition. Okay, I'll drop this Denick. As much as I like the idea of cards in the graveyards not being targeted by the hives, and I like the idea of turning off their Confront the Past, but I don't think that's the answer here. So here comes mascots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. So this gets us the deepest to find another counter. Let's try it. Dissipate. There's also a Make Disappear and a Wandering Emperor. Let's grab the Bank Buster. It's a threat and cards combined, which is exactly what we're looking for. Opponent can still use Confront the Past to bring back a blocker, and we have to navigate the blocker. I suppose I could have taken an Otawara. Oh, the opponent passes. They might be powering up Hive here, but that won't work because of field. So what are they doing? Let's start here. Let's have this on the field. If they kill our 4/4, I want a frickin' payoff. I guess the token doesn't go to the graveyard, right? Oh, they are? Are they doing Hive? There's 2 Field of Ruins right here. Maybe they just see them now? Opponent? Come and get your field. Come and get your Field of Ruin. Resolves. It was a good game. And they had a slick play there that I didn't expect. And I always have a little more respect for mono black than something like a Boros. So a little bit of love for the opponent on this one. On to the next one. All right, the opponent goes first. So they're definitely Boros. And we've got a removal spell hand with a Bank Buster that won't be very good. But if they're somehow, by miracle, not Boros, the Bank Buster is usually always good. Usually always. I shouldn't be allowed to talk on the internet. Rafine's Tower. Okay. I mean, I could draw... No, even if I draw Make Disappear, I think I'm playing the Bank Buster next turn. Deciding whether or not to play this tapped versus hold up a March. Curtains. Interesting. Doing graveyard shenanigans. Do I still play the Bank Buster? Do I still play a Bank Buster when they do that? I guess not. My bad. I didn't mean to put that. I meant to just say hello, of course. I'll blow a kiss. It'll be fine. All right. They really went for it. You don't get to see my hand. My hand too good to be seen. Nice 3-drop on curve. Underdogger. Okay. My announcement's been rejected here. Let's go ahead and drop the Bank Buster and have Wandering Emperor ready. If we just pass there with Wandering Emperor up, it's too obvious what's going on. But we can start, you know, we can take this hit from the underdog. Start grinding out card advantage against Esper. That's how we normally win. All right, we draw. Opponent doing nothing. Geez, I wonder what they have. What could it be? So we will chill. We are not going anywhere near that. We'll make them hold. They could go if we attack there and they go for Wandering Emperor. Sure, we could counter it, but this way they did nothing, and we get to just chill and bust bank, which I am down with. I will sit here and bust bank for a few more turns, taking 3 points a turn. Very gladly. We can also basics check them. They probably run hives. I think we run a lot of ways to deal with hives, but yeah, it's not worth a basics check here. All right, we're gonna miss this land drop? Guess so. I'm still fine. I'm still fine with chilling. You know they're getting a little tilty, right? They're getting a little bored. I'll take this 3. Don't mind. They're basically sitting here letting me completely use up my Bank Buster. So let's do that. We can go for Wandering Emperor. Maybe it gets countered, but we don't have to discard a hand size next turn. If we gotta, rather than just me discard, let's both discard, and they have to pay mana to do it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's not even discard, so I don't know. Is that good or bad? I'm okay with this. I know their tricks. The Esper kind of aggro humans pile that I think I published it like, I think I put that video up like week 1 of the format. Sneakily still a very competitive tier deck. I believe that one of the websites that gets data that doesn't sponsor me had it in their top tier, their tier 1, with a 60+% win rate throughout the format. You don't see it too much, but the people playing it are winning. You coming at me? They are. Let's see if this resolves. Probably not. But I like making them take actions. Okay. So if they have their own Wandering Emperor to flash in and put a counter on the creature, then they kill my Bank Buster. So I think I'm just gonna block with 1 here. Like this. I have enough removal spells. I can be patient. Fun fact, if I'm not dead, I'm alive. And they're down to 3 cards. We've got 6. We can pass here Celestis loot. What would we loot? One of these absences for sure. And then we can fight this fight again. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Wants to Infernal Grasp my little dude? They have 2 mana left. Yeah, that works. Okay. They don't have many cards left, though. And we're going to have a heck of a fight on this attack step. And it's going to be the fight of the game. It's going to be the fight that determines the game. Another Dissipate. Those are expensive. Kind of hard to cast, but I have way too many absences. So one of the absences can go. That's got to be a sign to them that this attack is going to go interestingly. I actually think I lead with this. If they're going to counter it or somehow interact with it, that's what we want, right? Then they don't get the investigate if they somehow stop this. Spectral Adversary. So they're going to try to phase this out? Sure. I dissipate it, that's something. But I'm kind of okay with it. Because again, they won't get the token. And now they're out of blue mana. Okay, so now I play Wandering Emperor. Now I minus it, take out their underdog. They phase out their interceptor. They don't get the token. We have a Spectral Adversary to fight with, but I want to double spell this turn if possible, so we want to keep that lovely, lovely Celestis doing work. So we do this, we do this, we do this. They get to crack that, which is nice for them. We're set up for next turn, though. I don't think Farewell is very good against them, but it's probably better than a land, so we'll let the land go. I offer you this Bank Buster. Would you like it? They do have that Wandering Emperor. Let's casualty this. And this gets around them countering the counter. Because there's 2 Make Disappears pointed, and they would have to spend some mana on their counterspell. And if they don't have a creature on the board... Okay, they do. I still think we're in a good position. But I was going to say, if they pass here without a creature on the board, they're toast. I think I'm just going to discard this to Celestis. Opponent could block and then try to blitz, but then we just dissipate, which is so good. March is good too, but it doesn't play around a removal spell from them. Yeah, they're at 26. They're really counting on this underdog to get them cards now. No more underdog. Oh no. Okay, they only have 1 mana open. I think we can march this underdog. Okay, don't think I need this Farewell. I think our position is good. Let's attack. I'm not even going to play this Denick. I'm just going to move to next turn and keep Celestis going. Let the opponent continue to feed me cards by flipping those Day Knights. Alright, they're not going to this time? Rude. That's okay, now I have the double spell. No Wandering Emperor yet? Okay. Send out the wedding announcement. Let them know. Let them know we getting married. And pass turn. Dissipate shields come down, but that's okay. They're trying to do a lot of like flashy stuff anyway. I love this hand. I'm not looting. Rafine is here. All right, let's attack. They go for Wandering Emperor. So what's that gonna do? We'll just go with nothing. This is probably a bit of a knockout blow. Nothing is fine. Not afraid of my Wandering Emperor, I see. Now that we've cast a spell, I think I just cast this Teferi. I'm not that scared of their Rafine, to be honest.
Someone call for a hero? And some think time only flows in one direction.
Another Cove. Still thinking I can just discard them to Celestis. Alright, here comes Rafine. See if it helps improve their draws.
Show you how it's done.
My turn. No spells, huh? Thank you. Celestis appreciates you. All that open mana, though. Very sus. Very, very sus. Maybe we just attack with the tokens. How many Wandering Emperors have we seen? 1, 2. Not that many. What you got? All right, let's dig up a card. I think that's right here, considering that the Rafine's going to be attacking down the Teferi anyway. It's going to go for a Vanishing Verse on one of the announcements. Fine. March. All right, can we double spell here? Not really. Costs 4 mana to go after this, and then I don't really have the mana to go after anything else. I'm trying to decide if I just want to loot with this, but I guess we'll say go. We'll try to kill this Rafine. Gone. Especially nice since they just discarded one. Oh, good. Can do that now. Basics check. Basic check failed. Your weakness has been identified. Still don't want this exiled. Still think that there's a chance of a Wandering Emperor. And I don't need to be in a rush, that's for sure. Okay, no Wandering Emperor, got it. Wedding announcement seems good. I don't think they'll ever get rid of this Celestis, to be honest. They might have, like, sneaky farewell. And pass turn loot. There's another Wandering Emperor. Gas for days. Fiend's Tower cycles. Good luck. You're gonna need it. All right, still haven't conceded. See if we can just find a counter spell to make sure we lock it up. I guess I'll take this. Send him in. Opponent was a good sport. Blow him that kiss. Send him some love. Take the damage. Mono white? We play mono white? Nope. We mulligan. I do have 2 draws at a blue source, and if I hit it, my hand is amazing. If we don't hit it, we probably just die. The opponent's aggressive on... We take 2 shots at blue, that's like sub like 20%, right? 80% of the time we're dead. We mulligan. I hate mulliganing. All right, better, closer, warmer. We keep the land. We put away the Wandering Emperor and keep 2 absence. I think that's too one-dimensional. Let's just put away 1 of the absence. Green. Good old green. Some people still play it. It is a very difficult deck on the draw to beat, ever. Not playing around the Snakeskin Veil this time. I kind of want them to use it if they have it, because if they use it here, it disrupts their curve and they don't get the investigation. Okay. They don't have anything else. They do have 1 mana. Let's check for Snakeskin Veil. Doesn't look like they have one. This is kind of a tough call because part of me says I can use a Ganjo as a removal spell. Also, I'm wondering if I'm supposed to drop the wedding announcement here with them missing a land drop. I'm supposed to play on curve or just kill this. Let's get the wedding announcement cooking. The sooner the better. I mean, that's a play you can make. They are very dedicated to the smork. That's what I'm taking away from this. Tempting to get another announcement cooking, to be honest. But if we Wandering Emperor this, then the opponent has to have a Snowland and another Blizzard Brawl to get through the 1/1 to kill the Emperor. Which is pretty good for us, I think. And it doesn't get blown out by a Veil if we do this now.
Run away. You'll be safer. This is what you get for hurting my people.
And if we get to untap in this position, we get to start growing the tokens. Okay, they drew the land. They had the second Blizzard Brawl, which does make sense because they threw their first one so just, like, obviously they were not worried about it at all. Look at this hand that they had. Shuffler. Shuffler is fine. All right, let's get another wedding announcement cooking. And this might hit the pack leader, but let's see what happens here. Our tokens are starting to get a little stronger. The opponent's going to need more Blizzard Brawls. They can't fight me forever, I don't think. They hit land. They hit Chariot. That's really good. I'm going to try to go to combat. Maybe I do take out this pack leader now. If they attack with both, though, I kill this, but they draw a card, and they get 1 of my tokens. But then what's going to happen to this Chariot? I've got to kill this Chariot. Okay, so let that happen. Because this isn't the greatest for them. I don't think it's quite worth a card, but I don't know. All right, big tokens coming through. And as long as they don't have their Chariot, it's pretty strong. Next turn they become 3/3s. So did they draw another Snakeskin Veil? Oh my. Oh my. I could go for a Make Disappear. Do I need it? I could also hit Farewell. Yep, we're doing it. We're the in response gang. There's a Make Disappear. And we'll also grab a Wandering Emperor. Although they might have another. So how do they attack? I think they power up Chariot and send it, right? And do we kill that Chariot? I guess we do. Can't just take that hit here. Tough times. I got a 3/3. It's ready to take on these tokens. It's also sucking them into an all-out attack, which March and Emperor are really hoping they make. And then we still have a Memory Deluge. But they need to slow down. We know they kept a 2-lander, and they missed some land drops, so we know they have a lot of spells. They could have just ripped a land. but we know they have at least one more spell in the tank. I hope it's a Blizzard Ball. I hope it's something that I can blow out here with a removal spell. It is. Or is it? Oh, it is a fighter, right? What's doing what? This is getting both the counters and the fight? It is. Alright, so we did blow it out. Nice. We needed that. Slice and dice. Keep our life total nice and high. Another good draw. And you're down to a cat. One cat. Pack leader in reserve. And a mystery card. Could be a land. But there's something holding priority. It might be full control mode. Let's get more stuff on the board. More power on board. That is the key. Green doesn't like it when you put a lot of power on the board. And that's game. Whew, that was scary for a minute. Is this our rank up game? Something in my head is telling me it's our rank up game. Gotta look sharp. Whoa. That's a bit much, don't you think? I mean, there's a reason I don't dress like this. Don't want to make everyone jealous. Runes, 100%. Rune gaming. Let's go. We're gonna basics check them into oblivion. No play? Oh, they priority checked me. They're trying to decide whether or not to play around a Jawari. You should. You should play around a Jawari. I'm gonna hold. I want to get the wedding announcement down, but the make disappears too good. It's too good, you guys. Nothing? I basics check you. You got any forests? Got any forests in that deck? I bet you don't. I'm putting this right to the test. Eh? Ah, okay. I appreciate the slow roll for suspense, though. We keep holding. We will chill out. This is fine. Okay, do we basics check them again? I might do it. That was your last basic land, I can tell. I can feel it. Although right now we haven't seen anything to imply that they play red, so they probably have a good number of basics in their deck, actually. If they're just green-white, but, you know. The content's the content. Oh! Okay. Well, 3 white, 1 green. Interesting. Very interesting, opponent. Let's get this wedding announcement ticking. I want you to know that I have a wedding coming up, and you're invited. I would love for you to attend. Jeez. Not to be that rude about, you know, about it. I'm not getting the Spar's headquarters, because at this rate, with the amount of lands we're drawing, I'm going to want to cycle that if I draw it. I've got my color requirements. Spirited Companion, okay. They are trying to outvalue me, and they have a good chance at it. My draws haven't been the most value-iest. It's been a lot of land. Spirited Companion, usually a sign of green-white enchantments, not runes. We wait, though, for some kind of rune or something to blow up with March. Something better than the dog. If my make disappear is literally hitting nothing in this matchup, that will be very bad for me. Well, that's something. But part of me really wants to exile it instead. So I think I will. I also didn't play a land first. I want them to get comfortable resolving their spells. I want them to feel like they're in a nice, warm, safe place.
I'm not overconfident. We must protect the people.
All right, my turn. We're going with the +1/+1 counter so that the Catilda on its own can't pressure the Emperor too much in case our mana gets occupied this turn. They've accepted the role of not the beatdown. Like, they have played so conservatively. They're going to have to adjust. Let's see what they do here. Circle of Confinement. Okay. We want to remove the token. We could remove the circle and try to stay aggressive, but we'll just make another token, so I'm not that concerned. Part of me wants to exile Catilda, but honestly, if they try to cast this from the graveyard for the 5 mana disturb cost, and then I use removal or a counter, that's so much better. So we'll just use the Aganjo here. Nope. I don't think so. Let's hold the Otherworldly Light. We could have taken it out there, but I think using a Make Disappear while we can, when they give us the window, is right. Gonna hold this for a Celestis. We have enough mana for all kinds of things. Alright, another land for the opponent. Hallowed Haunting playing around Make Disappear. Okay, we can exile it though. If they give me priority, I can remove it before they cast an enchantment, but they don't. Okay. They get a 1/1. They exile my 2/2. That's fine. Alright, not a land. Thank you. We're going to make them keep using those cards in their hand. Remember, they had so many not that long ago, but they keep using them to fight the tokens. And we just keep making more tokens. Another Hallowed Haunting. Okay. Same strategy as last time. Let's see if they give me some priority, though. Probably not. Oh, there's the priority. Okay. Get rid of it. 2 hauntings down. Would you like to attack? I've got a 2/2. You have a 1/1. Denic. Cards in graveyards can't be targeted, huh? Let's see what happens if I do this first. Looks like there's no instant speed from the opponent. And we'll play our pious little friend. I think it's time to play out the land. I can see a world where I need to Fateful Absence my own Denic, and I'll want to crack the clue and play the Make Disappear. Weaver. Sure. Doesn't really do anything yet. Borrowed Time. Borrowed Time. Part of me wants to know what they'll target, but I think I know what they'll target. I think they want that Wandering Emperor. Too many lands, guys. Too many lands. kind of want the backside of the Pious Apprentice, so I'm still thinking it might be Fatefully Absenced soon. Go ahead and make another 2/2. Gain a life. They've got Catilda, and they've got 3 cards in hand, so they are grinding me out. That's what we need. We need them to keep drawing some land. We do have them at 9. So things did play out, you know, they ended up being the control and we ended up being the beatdown. The way they try to turn things around is probably this Catilda, which we have to watch out for. All right, borrowed time after the Emperor. I'm okay with that now. I am definitely okay with that now. We're going to use the Weaver. Let's see if they target the Denic here. If they target a token, I might not use the Absence here. If they target Denic, I will. I'm going to go for the token, okay. And I'm going to try to get another hit out of the Fateful Absence. It also is keeping them from casting this from the graveyard. Okay. Sure. You have a 6/6. I'll take that. Down to 17. You're at 9 though. Another Fateful Absence is pretty good, so let's attack here. Drop you to 5. Cast this here. Let's make a flyer. And a potentially lethal board. And we have another Absence now to cut off when they try to play Catilda from graveyard to gain all that life. You can see how, like, they played the control game, but then they got into this spot, right? Where it's like, well, my life total's too high and their life total's too low. So they can't seem to turn up the aggro. All right, they go for that. Doesn't work. And now I got these 2 clues to crack to get up to card parity. They have to pass the turn. They can't attack here or they die. They can't attack here or they die. Thought it was a pretty interesting game, and the opponent was choosing a pretty interesting way to play it that I could have justified before, and now it seems like they're just going to die. Okay. Got there. Got there. Rank? Rank? Yes! Will Covert go blue? Get to Mythic playing only future-proof, rotation-proof standard decks. Tune in next time. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and we're going to check the stats powered by MTG Assistant. And just another quick shout out to them. Please download with the link below in the description. It does support the channel. It helps a lot, and it's absolutely free. And we opened the video like we had an ad at the start about the article aggregator, which is really good for kind of keeping up on so many things going on. And you can find that right here in the front. You go under articles and you can read all kinds of things about all kinds of formats to help you level up your game. Reading articles on websites has been, and will continue to be the top way that I've gotten better at Magic. And people like to say nice things to me sometimes at conventions that I help them get better at Magic. And they also leave nice comments. Thank you for those. I don't feel like I do as good as a good article written by a dedicated writer. It really is something you should try if you haven't before and you want to step up your game. So I'm going to encourage that. But in the stats, we went 11-6 and got a 64% win rate. And actually, I think that is... It's not fully representative. I know it's not, because it's not tracking my wins on iOS, which is where, on my iPad, is where I've played most of my games for the Diamond 4 to Diamond 1 push. So I would guess I'm well between that 60% win rate, or else I wouldn't have gotten here on like an hour of playing for a few weeks on the couch while watching TV. So I'm guessing that I'm pushing well above, like about 65 or higher % win rate with blue-white control, which for a control deck in late season meta that is rotation proof is very good. And I do highly recommend the shift to Wedding Announcement. I think this card is kind of it's the thing that the deck needed. It just needed to actually care about value and battlefield presence. It needed a card that could work well against control and against aggro. It needed something it could put on the battlefield when the opponent plays Fable of the Mirror Breaker that didn't immediately just feel completely outclassed in every single way. So I really like where Wedding Announcement is taking blue-white control. I'm sure that means it's also very good for aggressive decks, token decks, mid-range decks, and I think that you should see a lot more of this. And if you haven't crafted it yet, I mean, at this point, wait for Dominaria to come out for the most part before crafting many cards, because anything could change if they release the right card, but I don't see anything threatening Wedding Announcement or Fable of the Mirror Breaker at this point. Those two can be bedrock staples in everything that isn't aggro. And if you're watching this channel, it's either because you really love me, like deeply love me, or because you're looking for alternatives to the aggro meta, at least in some amount. Maybe you just like to anticipate what the meta is going to be like tomorrow, because some people do pick up and play my decks. I don't know, but hey, leave me a comment. Why do you watch the channel? And thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Please download MTG Assistant, hit the link below. Please consider supporting on Patreon. Renee, once again, you are very cool. And to all of you, everybody, no matter why you watch this video, thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.